Hello and welcome to the two-man power trip of wrestling. I'm your host, JP John Poz. With me today, very special guest. You may know him as the Outlandish One, of course. He is a former NWA World TV Champion, a former Heritage Champion for the old Championship Wrestling. He is, of course, Zicky Dice. Zicky, welcome to the two-man power trip.
Hello. It's great to be here at the two-man power trip. The show just got outlandish, baby.
Yes, I love it. And it's funny, the first time I really heard of you, I mean, it was several years ago, of course, but Dr. Tom Pritchard turned me on to you, a good buddy of mine. He said, check this guy out. He goes, something different, unique look, just the way he talks, the way he acts. He said those kind of guys that he loves, just because the generic wrestler is kind of, I don't know, that's never been popular, really. But so Dr. Tom, high praise. He was the first one to kind of notice
to Dr. Tom, and that's incredible. I mean, that's huge. And I remember he had messaged me before, and it blew my mind, you know. And it just that someone of his caliber sees what I see in myself. So I appreciate that, and that meant the absolute world. So thank you, Tom. Take my fanny pack off to you.
I love that he's still, keeping up. I mean, this is a few years ago, but still keeping up with all the rest. I mean, obviously he still keeps up with you today, but I meaning like when he told me it was a few years ago. So, he's
getting an action
definitely
figure,
keeping up.
Did you see that? That's so sick.
Yep.
I need
finally.
One. I'm gonna need one. Yeah, that's so badass. That rules.
Hey, get with Cardona and Myers. They'll get you.
So they took me toy store shopping once, and they never invited me again. I didn't buy anything, and I think they were offended.
Yes, they were definitely pissed.
But they spent a lot of money in this toy store and a lot of time. Like I scrolled, and then I had to like force myself to keep scrolling. No offense, but like,
yeah.
I don't know. Do you collect toys?
I have like my old stuff. I don't really collect anymore. I'm only a Hogan guy, so I only collect like Hulk Hogan stuff. So not that long ago, I got one of his newer guys, but I only collect him. That's it. And I have a bunch of my old stuff, but that's it.
So I was thinking, if I was to collect figures, I would like to collect figures of my friends and people that I either wrestled or met in the business or watched grow up in the business and get to that level. I think is super cool. And I just got done streaming the AEW Fight Forever game for a while, and it was so freaking cool. I mean, I played online as Ricky Starks and got my ass whooped. Thanks, Ricky. But it was very cool and motivating and exciting to see that I'm playing this video game online as people that I've either wrestled with or shared a locker room with or traveled with. And it's a very cool feeling. And so today I'm in my feels about professional wrestling. So we might get a good different interview here.
Yeah.
Feeling very, I mean, and I was just having this conversation the other day. Like I recently went through a divorce. Picked myself up off the floor, and I realized, what the hell are we? What are we frowning about? You're in the prime of your life. You have your dream job. You're ripped. You're hot. You've got the charisma. What's next? So I've reminded myself, and I'm trying to put myself out there more with bookings. And come this August, I've got a year left on my Impact contract. And it's already been 2 years, believe it or not. And I love everything that I've been able to do at Impact, but I'm what's next? I don't know. I'm ready to spread the wings of Outlandish Zicky Dice. And I feel, you mentioned, the television championship. And I feel that if it wasn't for COVID, I didn't really get a full title run. And I'm curious to see what would have happened with that. I know Ricky and I were immediately supposed to tag at the Crockett Cup. We were supposed to end up tagging together, even though we were feuding. And that would have been super cool. But I go through this mental struggle of where I should be and what I'm supposed to be doing. I know I'm in the right spot, but I know I'm destined for more. I know I'm capable of more. And just like Dr. Tom Pritchard says, it's almost like a disrespectful thing for me to hear. No, with all due respect, Dr. Tom, and to the fans listening and to my peers, because I know what I'm capable of. I know what I can do. I know that I am main event material without a doubt. Without a doubt. And it's time to shit or get off the pot. Beep. Sorry.
No problem. Yeah.
And it fuels me. And and I taking this blindfold off over the last year and seeing with all the personal shit I've been through in my life, it's like pro wrestling's been there. I should have taken a time off while I was going through some stuff. I'll be honest with you, but I've got an even clearer mind. I've gotten even more motivated. This mouth has yet to chirp. Let this canary sing, baby. Let this canary sing. It's time to leave the nest.
I love the attitude too, because it's like, come on, man. I'm in the prime of my life. Yeah.
Like there's times, you know, and I say this as well. You don't pay me to wrestle. You pay me to travel. The travel gets exhausting. I mean, let's talk about Impact last weekend. Back to the hotel at probably by midnight, get some food, 12:30. My alarm's going off at 3 a.m. to be at the airport to catch the 5 a.m. flight out. You know, and to get back and hit the gym and continue on. We're tightening things up here. We are literally, this is the evolution, another side of the dice right before your eyes. And like I've said this time and time again, I'm giving everyone stock right now. Jump on the train now while it's moving slow, because it's about to pick up speed, and this stock is going to go through the roof.
Big time. I agree.
And you know, with all due respect to all of my friends and peers, no matter where you work, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. I love it. Look at the things I've done on Twitch. I did 2 Outlandish Paradises with Twitch, over 1 million views each. I just did a successful 6 shows at MomoCon in Atlanta, Georgia, with over 100,000 people coming through those doors. We had at least 1,500 to 2,000 watching per show. It's time that people buy in. I'm not going away. I'm a hemorrhoid, baby. I am professional wrestling's hemorrhoid, and you got to preparation H. Be ready.
Hell yeah. Yep.
Be ready.
How did that
be on that ass?
How did that happen? The Outlandish shows and the Twitch. I know the obviously huge success of it, but how did that start?
Shout out to Effie during COVID. Effie was contacted by Twitch. They were doing this new sports like program, and they wanted to push pro wrestling. And Effie had pitched myself to this awesome dude over there, and who's not there anymore. But I got contacted. They said my name kept coming up, and they wanted to get me contracted. I'm still contracted with Twitch for another year. It'll be 4 years I've been contracted on. I can only stream live with them, and it's been great. And through that time, I've hosted game shows with Twitch. I've said yes if they came to me to ask me to do different types of front page streams that they had. They gave me a front page stream for about over 10 months. Every Wednesday I had a front page stream with over 40,000 people live. I said, hey, I have this idea. I want to do this like interactive wrestling show and do things a little different. And they were totally about it. And we were able to do the first 2 with them. MomoCon came up kind of quick, so we weren't able to prepare for that with a live stream like I would have loved to do. But I have this vision, man, and Twitch is opened up so many doors for me with networking, and there's stuff behind the scenes going on right now that I can't talk about that's incredible because of Twitch. So I'm very thankful for that. But I have this. I just want to have people feel included, you know, and I feel with Zicky Dice's Outlandish Paradise with full potential, Zicky Dice's Outlandish Paradise, I feel that we can really do some cool interactive wrestling. There's a fine line between your Cyber Sunday corny and awesome, you know, and I want to make sure we ride that line fine. But you know, my goal would be, it's a lot of work. So if I can run TwitchCon every year, wherever they travel to, I think would be incredible. And hoping that we keep a home here at MomoCon, because that convention was absolutely insane. And they said that they want to do wrestling bigger next year. So I think I'm the one to do it.
I think the first one was Evil Uno you wrestled. The second one was Cardona,
Uno,
right?
and then Cardona. I've lost at both of my own shows. I won finally at the MomoCon one. Yeah.
Man, why do you keep losing at your own shows here? Somebody's
got
to book you
your name on the cups and you know the lights, and there's Zicky Dice balloons and Zicky Dice fanny pack spotlights in the sky, and you just can't pull out a victory sometimes, you know. And I don't know, do I blame the 4 a.m. strip club casino nights? Outlandish.
I like that. Yeah. But you got to start putting yourself over on top. I mean, over even.
You're right. You're right. But do I need to? Because I feel, I don't know. I know what I'm capable of. Am I not already over with the front page stream and my name all over the place? And hell, if it's my show, maybe I just don't have the balls and charisma to just write myself in. Maybe I have to have someone else do that. I don't know. That's weird, man. That's weird. I'd rather have a great competition, you know, and that gives people to talk. And I think it's more respectful that, you know, hey, come over, we'll have a good match and main event, and yeah, it is what it is. And I don't think people expected that, you know, at the same time. So whatever, say what you will, but I'm not that douchey.
Right, but it's unpredictable that you lost. It's like, wow, his name's on the marquee here. He's not losing, and then he lost. Like, wow, that was shocking. Something different for sure. Are you going to have any rematches with the?
Absolutely, I would love to. I would love to. I got my sights set on some big names out there. This is the next year is really going to be go time, and I'm telling you right now, from all aspects, whether it's my Twitch or what I'm doing. I just got out of the studio. I'm waiting for the master on a song. It's going to be called Emergency Contact. We can say that. That's the first time I said the song name live. And I sang in a band before all of this. Sang in a band called Heart to Heart. We were on Pure Noise Records and did Warped Tour and all that stuff. I wanted to stay involved with music, so this is actually coming out as Zicky Dice, and it's not going to be satire by any means. And I think everyone in the world's going to enjoy it. I think they're going to be shocked. So I'm going to film a music video for that, and there's some other cool stuff being dropped here in the next few weeks. I mean, now's the time. Now's the time.
Easy transition for you. Go wrestling to music, music to wrestling.
Oh, brother, that's the same carnival. Step right up and win a prize. Throw the darts over here and the ring toss right over here. Same shit.
Front man in wrestling.
And, I'm very thankful for my experience with touring with the band and everything, because that's what gave me like the knowledge, hell, to even who to hit up for merch designs or which I fake it till you make it. I'm very big on presentation. I always have been with my band and with Zicky Dice, and that's what got me to this level. I mean, hell, the camera I'm talking to you on is a Blackmagic 6K Pro. I don't even know how to work it. I just know it's the cleanest camera because I want the cleanest shit.
Yep.
Right. Like, and I have a nice Ferris wheel team. I got, a studio to go into with Happy Haunting Recordings out in LA. My buddy Scooch over at 1134 Films. I got Barbed Wire Media. I have this whole Ferris wheel that makes the Zicky Dice stuff go around, and I'm very thankful for my team. But it's like, what's next? Because I've shown that I can do it. But what's next? The sick thing is about this world is you're not cool until somebody says you're cool. Hell, I've been cool, and I'm doing it better than everyone else. And I think they're afraid, and I think they're timid about that. When all we can do is invest together, and together we grow, and together we make more money. So I don't know what people have been waiting on, but it's coming. It's coming, and that's so corny and freaking cliche to say, but it's true. It's true. I'm not giving up. And no matter what it is, it's going to the next level. I'm the Swiss Army knife of entertainment, baby.
What's your first love, music or wrestling?
I love music a lot. But I love the fact that wrestling, I have to rely on myself. It got very tough, and I love the dudes in the band very much, but I feel like the band could have been bigger, and we could have done a lot more if everyone pulled their weight. I mean, it was on one of the tours that my buddy John James Ryan told me, "Hey, I think you should become a professional wrestler." And the story's been out there. I met Seth Rollins through music and touring. He came out to a few of the tours that we were on. And I said, all right, I want you to train me. And he's like, are you serious? And I broke in a little late at 26, but I'm thankful for what I've learned through music. And, on that tour, we had 2 fill-ins. We're playing in front of 3,000-4,000 people a night. It's like, why am I having guys fill in for the band? They're flying across country to tour. I got to handle that. I got to handle the merchandise and talking to the agent and the label. Like, it was a lot. It was a lot. So I said, well, I wonder what happens if I take the energy I put in this band and put it into myself. And here we are. The last 4 years, Zicky Dice has been my full-time job. I don't do anything else. It's wrestling and Twitch. You're looking at it. And I still feel I'm at the bottom of the totem pole, and it drives me insane. It drives me literally insane.
That is a great story, though, because obviously Seth Rollins, world champion, WWE star, basically, he knows you from the band. He knows your music. And it's like, hey, yeah, I'll train you. That's pretty awesome.
He'll tell you, too. He'll tell you. And he's told me before. He thought I was going to come in and not take it serious. He thought I was going to goof off because of the music and things I've done in music. And I proved him wrong. And he said the same thing. Hell, I ran into him just recently in public. It was so random. Walking my dog, ran into him. And he's like, where's all your fat? And I'm like, it's gone, baby. It's gone. I told him what's coming next and what we're doing. And he's like, you're doing it. And I come from the 3rd Black and Brave Wrestling Academy class. And I can't tell you how many people I've seen come through. I'm like, oh, I think that guy can be someone. And they just want to come train. They just want to come hang out. That's not what I did. I sold everything I had, everything I owned after this tour and moved across country and had the roommates and did everything, stayed out there from the Midwest, moved back to California, realized that it's hard to get a job from California. It's more expensive to fly out. There's not much wrestling. I mean, you drive 8 hours, you're still in California. There's only a handful of good promotions in the state. So I said, I got to go somewhere else. So I packed up and moved to Atlanta, Georgia. My band played in Atlanta, Georgia, 2 or 3. I haven't spent more than a few hours here, but I took the risk. I rolled the dice, if you will. And within, a few months, I was able to roll around with AJ Styles and got linked up with Gallows and DDP. And I realized, like, I had to put myself here to make these things happen. And then 2 months later, I get an email from Scott D'Amore offering me a 3-year contract. You have to take those risks. And there's people that hang out in my crew that I won't vouch for. I want to surround myself with the people who are on that next level so I can make sure that I get to that next level. That's where we're at mentally, baby.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. What was it like, though, training under Rollins? Like you said, he was expecting a certain thing from you, and you surpassed the expectations.
I mean, I'm still outlandish. I always have been. They'll tell you that. They'll tell you that I still crack jokes at training. Oh yeah, you guys believe it. I think I have the record of the only student to be kicked out of Black and Brave once for a night. I came back. Things got heated. It wasn't with Rollins. It was with another trainer. We love him to death. I just called him. Funny story. But no, and a lot of people say, I bet you he wasn't even there. And this is back when, Raw was on Monday, SmackDown was on Tuesdays. We had training Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And if he wasn't at SmackDown, he was there Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. If he was at SmackDown, he was there Wednesday, Thursday. The dude breathes, eats, sleeps, and shits pro wrestling. His love for it's unreal. And that's why he's at that level, right? That's why he's got every freaking championship belt hanging up in their facility, which we didn't have back when. We were running out of QC CrossFit. We had to set up and tear down the ring every day. You had to do CrossFit before training, and then you had to do CrossFit on your own 5 times a week. It was very tough. Very tough. And, I moved over there to some random town in the Midwest, in Moline, Illinois, and got an apartment with one of the random training dudes and made it happen, and Danger Snake, shout out to him. He makes gear over at AEW. He was in my class, but other than that, no one else is wrestling. First class, I don't even think anyone's wrestling. There's a few handful of guys that have come from the other class, but I also take Nathan Frazier is a Black and Brave dude. I take pride with being up there with Nathan. Like, we came from Black and Brave, and I love that. I love flying that flag. Give these students motivation, because the best advice I've ever got was from Paul Heyman, and I bet you I'm going to tear it apart. I'm sorry, Paul, but it's a no is a yes waiting to be answered. And I took that when I heard that, and it's the complete truth. I will not take no for an answer, and that's why I'm telling you what's going to happen before it happens.
I want to know why you got kicked out. What did you do? I know it's for the night, but I want to know why you got kicked out.
Oh, it was Zicky Dice had his little mouth. It was towards the end of training, 3 months. It was practice matches, and I had a terrible first practice match, and I backtalked. But I learned, and it was tough. Like you said, it was one of those things coming in. I'm the same age as these trainers. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, but we've learned, and that was a whole. Geez, August will be 9 years I've been doing this. That's insane. 9 years, and we've grown a lot since then. I'm a whole different person than I was 9 years ago, and I say that with pride. Did I take it kind of goofy at times? Yeah, but I also worked hard. I'm a 2-time national wrestling champion outside of this. Freestyle and Greco-Roman, second place in Sambo. Like, I can go. I'm not worried about that.
Really? Wow.
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. I started wrestling ages 4 or 5, until about my sophomore year, until my dad passed away. That was our thing, so I kind of stopped, and that's when I got music. So the story's going a little backwards, but yeah, that's what pro wrestling led me to. I hate the term, but amateur wrestling, freestyle, Greco-Roman. Wrestled my way up through, sophomore year, I lost 1 match. Freshman year, I lost maybe 1 match, 1 or 2. I was pretty good. I probably could have got a scholarship for it. But my life changed, my mental changed, and I found music, and I used that as an escape.
And Sambo too. Interesting.
Yeah, Sambo's great. Now, to be honest with you, the time I won Sambo a few matches. I signed up for the tournament, never did Sambo. Signed up and ended up, I was like, what are the rules? And I was like, all right. It's very similar to Greco-Roman in a sense with the gi, and you get
with MMA mixed in. Yeah.
Holding them down on their back for points, and you can choke with the stuff. I didn't know that. I just used my Greco-Roman wrestling. Like, okay, if I get points for holding him back, I'm just going to hold him on his fucking back.
All those good MMA Russian fighters are all combat Sambo champions. Yeah.
It's great. It's great.
That's interesting. Like, were you an actual pro wrestling fan though? Like, like through your? Oh, you were, okay. So you were
growing
into
up. Yeah, pro wrestling got me. My older brother and dad were into pro wrestling, so I, you know, my earliest memories like Coco Beware making an entrance is like probably one of the earliest things I remember.
Yeah.
And that's my favorite era of wrestling. That's what Zicky Dice is heavily based on. You know, I love the bright colors and the character. And although I can go, I feel that my mouth overruns that sometimes, which isn't a bad thing. Like it's a natural gift that I was given, baby. Let's make it work. But I have yet to showcase what I'm fully capable of, and I think that time is coming.
A little bit of Coco Beware mixed in there.
Baby,
I love the Birdman.
Yeah. All that, like Rick Martel, you know, Rick Rude. I love it. All the guys I hated when I was younger, I love now.
Isn't that funny the way that happens, the way that works out? Yeah, like you look, you're like, oh man, I love that guy.
I watched Natural Disasters tag match the other night. It was incredible. Versus two random dudes. Yeah, and then I watched Natural Disasters versus Legion of Doom in Japan. I was sick.
Nice.
And the Legion of Doom looks so tiny next to Natural Disasters. It's unreal. Tiny. And you know they're monsters.
And when I was a kid, I hated Earthquake because he injured Hogan, you know, and they had that big feud. So I hate him. Looking back, though, he's awesome. He's doing drop kicks at 400 pounds.
We need a dude like that, a balding, big dude. Dude. Oh, man. I love it. I love it. Like, where's his son? Where's Mudslide at? You know, like, give me another Natural Disaster. Where are they at? Bring a dude. That would rule.
Yeah, I think his son is just not into wrestling, I guess. Even
we'll give him wrestling will give him a son.
Yes, true. Good point. But Typhoon's son works for NXT and WWE, but he doesn't wrestle or anything. He's like the behind-the-scenes guy. I don't think so. Not like his dad, I don't think. Maybe tall, but he's not big like his dad was.
Dude, they're monstrous men.
I can't believe you're a big Natural Disasters fan. That's pretty random. I like that. Yeah.
I was just sitting here downstairs. I'm gonna put this on randomly. Watch some Natural Disasters. It's cool. I'm also getting into some Japanese stuff because I didn't really get into that until I started wrestling. You know, I grew up, it was pretty much a WWF household, or, you know, I didn't know anything about indie wrestling until I went to an indie show when I was like 13 out where I lived in California. And then I went to a pretty badass Dragon Gate show. Forgot what year it was. I want to say 2011, maybe. Dude, it was insane. Yes. Everyone that someone was on that show and you had no idea, you know.
Was Bryan Danielson there at that point?
Yeah, I believe
was he back in WWE at that point?
No, this is before that, brother.
Because I know obviously he was there, got fired, and then went to Dragon Gate, did some awesome shows over there.
Sooner, 2000. Yeah, it might have been sooner. I think he was there. I know Kevin Steen was there. The Bucks were there. I think Sammy was there. I'm trying to remember. The Flyers posted somewhere online. I'll have to look it up. It was in my hometown, and if you know my hometown, Santa Maria, California, Orchid, California, it was so weird that the show was there. But hey, I was there.
So you had the love of the business, God, for forever, almost, pretty much.
Yep.
You were destined to do it.
Yeah, just had to figure it out. And I don't know. I'm a very impatient man. I'll be honest with you, JP. Very impatient. And I see my peers getting the video games and the action figures and the movies, and it's my time. It's my time.
I love it. I love the attitude.
I feel there's very few people that can stump me behind a microphone, my friend. We won't say their names so we don't get those scenarios rushed, but I think there's very few. Very few. I remember when I went face to face with Ricky Starks, NWA. I was like, "This is one dude. He's one dude that might
very good on the mic." Yep.
I've got very good wit, very good natural wit, and when that's challenged at times, you can get me. Especially if you're like, "Who?" You make me lose track because of what you said. You know, ooh, give me a second. You know.
And NWA wasn't scripted, right? Am I correct on that? They're not scripted. Like you guys were kind of off the cuff.
Yeah, it was very, very loose at times. Very loose. Very loose. I remember I told him, he's like, "Hey, we had just met and we sharing the Airbnb. Ricky and I connected immediately. I have his gym shoes here. I was trying to give away on Twitch today. He left here. Sorry, Ricky.
You're just gonna give them away?
yeah. Why not? My feet are too big for him. Here, have Ricky Starks' gym shoes. You know, people are into that. You know, someone might sniff it or something, whatever. As long as I get the buck off it.
Yep.
Thanks, Ricky.
He's gonna be pissed.
he came up to me for the promo. He's like, "Hey, what can I say about you with this?" I was like, "Call me Guy Fieri," and that's when that whole thing. I don't know if you remember that whole thing started. There were like memes and everything, and I gave him that. And it was over, and I was like, "Dude, that's it." You know what I'm saying? I'll just react from you. I'm very loud, like. But Ricky didn't need that. He just needed one line. Ricky is very creative, and I share vignettes that I work on with Ricky first, and we call each other for ideas still to this day, back and forth. We like to bounce off each other. So I miss the dude. Haven't seen him in a while, but I'm beyond proud of him. So
I like that Billy kind of was like, you know, maybe bullet points, or you guys just like, he trusted the guys just to kind of go out there and be good talkers on their own without scripts or
you know, and you know, and that lineup was incredible for that. What'd you have to worry about?
Right.
You know, like everyone that was back there, like there was nothing to worry about looking back. That whole lineup.
You obviously prefer that rather than giving you a script.
Of course. Right? Of course. Yes. You know, give me the bases and we'll hit it. I'll hit all 4 bases. I might go to third first, but we'll get there.
That's the thing. Like, some guys are just great off the cuff. You can't have a writer write for the guy. You seem like in that vein. Like, you couldn't have a writer writing for like Macho Man or something. Like, you can give him a bullet point, but he's got to say it in his own words. That's the difference, I think, with a lot of guys.
That's it. Just give me what information do you need in there? Huh?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Got it. You know, I'll get it in there.
Because sometimes the guys will be saying, even on like national TV, be saying stuff and like, man, that sounds like they're like reading off of a script or something. Like, that doesn't sound like something they would say. Like, weird, weird stuff.
Yep.
You seem like you're very much like, just tell me what you want, and like this character, it'll just kind of come out naturally and I'll get you where you need to go. I'll get you to the finish line.
Brother, I say it's like Angus Young. I black out. What Zicky writes checks that I can't cash. You know, like that's the way it goes.
Angus Young style, nice, yeah. The Lacy DC.
Yeah, I read an interview that he used to they say you black out on stage. He said he just doesn't remember. We'll just do whatever.
Wow, he just knows what he's doing.
Yeah, we just go out there and rock, and well, they said he sold his soul as well.
Oh, sold to the devil. Wow, I believe it. I've seen some pretty cool videos of him getting chased around by a couple devils. So
yeah, believe that. Hell yeah.
Good stuff. So as far as you were mentioning kind of before, like goals, like what are some of the goals? What do you want to accomplish? I know you said action figure video games, but just besides that, is there guys you want to wrestle? Is there titles you want to win? Like, what are some of your goals?
Well, the ultimate goal and the first one that comes to mind is Zicky Dice for Seth Rollins. So whatever path I need to get on to make that match happen, or wherever we meet up in time, I think that would be my ultimate goal. And I think the story writes itself. I told him in the text message, the first one, I'm sure I still have it in there, that I'm going to be better than him one day. And that's going to be the absolute truth. And I mean, Rollins, I love you to death, but when did you start going to my tailor? I mean,
yep.
I didn't think I gave that business card out to anybody. With all due respect, Coach.
That is interesting. Did he steal your style, you think?
Borrowed. He's got some nice suits. They're a little different. I wouldn't buy all of them.
Right.
You know, but there's only one outlandish Zicky Dice. I've got a few ideas. I don't know where we end up. I don't know what's next. Do I stay at Impact? Do I venture off somewhere? I can't have those conversations yet. I'm not allowed to flirt just yet. But I know the eyes are on. Look at everything I'm capable of by myself. You're buying a whole freaking brand here, and we're for sale, baby.
Love it. What else? Anything else? Anybody else you got in mind, or that's pretty lofty goal?
I would love to face Ricky again in a big stage.
Won the NWA TV title from Ricky. I know you eventually lose it to the Pope, but you beat Ricky for it. It's a pretty big thing on the resume there.
That's right. That's right. And another match I would like to have again, I wrestled Carly Bravo at Impact, which was very cool. He came in and he's now signed to AEW Ring of Honor, and I would love to wrestle him on a big stage. I think would be very cool. One of my best friends. So, I mean, the list goes on. That question can change with the mood, but Rollins is the number one. That's my dream match, of course. And just moving up the ranks. I want to see how far we can ride this bike.
What about Impact? Anybody you want to wrestle on Impact?
Everybody, man. Everybody. I would love to wrestle Macklin. I would love to wrestle Dango again. I would love to wrestle Kevin Knight. I'd love to wrestle Chris Bay, Trey McGill. Man,
Rematch against Moose.
I love to wrestle Moose. Yeah, and that was yeah. That wasn't ready that day.
Yeah, it didn't seem it. It was pretty short, short and sweet there. Yeah, not so sweet.
Yeah, they had good food at catering. Want to get back to it.
What about AEW? I know you were there once, I believe. I think that was it. Really? Like any thoughts on AEW?
Stop on by for a dark visit. I mean, of course, everything crosses my mind at this pivotal point in my life. Especially, I said I'm just shy. We got 13 months left under contract. A lot can change in 13 months. I know I'm going to, and for the better. So I think these next 13 months are going to be crucial, and let the bidding begin. Happiness, happy. Where will I be happy?
Yeah.
Let me answer you something right now. I don't think I've been happy ever in my life. I think I've been chasing something. I don't know what the hell that is. So it doesn't matter where I'm at. It just matters that we get there. And even if that's me staying at Impact, it's getting to those main events. It's getting to the Australia trip they're on right now. You don't think I'm sitting here doing this interview with you? With all due respect, I should be riding in a kangaroo pouch right now.
Right? Yeah.
You know,
I agree.
Hopping around. Yep. And that's the stuff that drives me and motivates me. And I mean that with all due respect. I love Impact. I love everyone there. And I see what's going on in professional wrestling, and I'm ready. I am beyond ready to take it over.
Now, as we hit the wind down here, we head towards the finish. Where do you see yourself in a few years? I know we're talking about goals, where you want to be, but where do you actually see yourself? Like WWE, AEW, Impact dominating? Like, where do you see yourself, and maybe even music wise?
I would love, still probably make music till the day I die. That'd be awesome. I have been producing Derby City Wrestling for the United Wrestling Network, and I just did some agenting at my first show at Championship Wrestling in California. And I know there's going to come a point in time where I might not be in the ring in front of the red light. Maybe there's something in the manager position, but I feel that I've got a very creative mind. It would be a shame to let it go to waste. So when I'm at these television tapings, I spend a lot of time with the producers and the writers and soaking up all that free knowledge, because it would be foolish not to. So I would love to, have a family of my own, but be involved in the business one way or another. If that's even running my own promotion some way, somehow, or who knows? The world's my oyster, and I know what I'm capable of. Hell, I have this fixation lately on opening up my own donut shop. So who knows maybe that will happen. Who knows?
Why that? Why donuts?
I love donuts. And where I live, I look around at like what towns are missing and what could just make the money. And where I'm at, I'm like, dude, this needs a badass donut store.
Nice. Do you like behind the scenes stuff? Do you like agenting? Do you like that part of it?
Yeah, I like producing a lot. I think help directing some promos would be great for me. Helping put some stuff together. I truly do enjoy it, and it keeps my creative brain busy.
It's always good to have like another avenue in wrestling.
Brother, I've got it all. That's why I don't get what's there to say no to. Yep. Look at what I've done on Twitch and everything by myself. What's there to say no to? Imagine if we teamed up together. I mean, if not, I'm fine doing it by my damn self.
Right, carry some other bandmates again, maybe. Yeah,
that's right, baby. Show must go on.
With you, when you're looking, obviously in the future, we're talking about different things, but it seems like Seth Rollins is on your mind. Video games, action figure, those things seem to be.
I'm really toyetic, man. Let's sell it. I know it drives me insane. Go ahead, finish your question. Whatever it was.
I was going to say, but also, how about Twitch and Third Paradise, Outlandish Paradise? Like, it seems like you're pretty goal orientated, but those seems like the high things on your pecking order, right?
Yeah, just keep it going. We've got a lot of momentum right now, and we just got to keep pushing. Like I said, I don't know. I just got a crazy phone call today that it's changing my whole month and my whole life, and I can't even talk about it right now, and I wish I could, but that's how it goes. Okay, but it seems like that phone call is going to help me get it as a step to that next direction. So let's keep those coming. Let's keep whatever, down for whatever, whenever. Always have been.
Now, one last, I guess, important question for me. I'm just curious, like, the outlandish Zicky Dice, the character, the inspiration, like where does that all come from? Like, is your certain style? It's very different. Like I was mentioning at the top with Dr. Tom, like where does that kind of come from? The style, because it is different, it's unique, but I mean, there's got to be some like deeper meaning
Brother,
behind it. Like, where does it come from?
It comes from experience. Like everything I've been through in my life since the day that I was born. It's all things that I love and hate and all mixed into one. And it's become my way to express myself. And there comes a time where I don't know where the man and character split anymore. It's literally, you know, I it took like Sacha Baron Cohen when he would film Borat. You know, he stayed in character and got it going. And that's, I want to make sure I stand out everywhere I go. I want someone to be like, who the hell is that guy? Like that guy's somebody. And that's how it is. And that gets exhausting, but that's what it takes. And you know, it's based off, I don't know, hell, my favorite colors. And like I said, movies I've seen or places I've been, food I've eaten, like there's all that, it's all going at the same time. So it's literally just experience and who the hell I am.
Zicky, love it. Love the character. Love you being outlandish as you possibly can be. But where can everybody find you as far as social media and even Twitch?
That's so easy. It's at Zicky Dice on every piece of social media out there. I think I'm dropping a brand new website within the next week, zickydice.com. So keep an eye out for that. Just waiting on some final touches, and we're ready to go.
Nice. We just need to get you in a few rematches. Maybe Eddie Kingston again. Maybe Mike Cardona again. Lance Archer. Yeah. We need you in a couple rematches. We need you climbing that card for sure.
That's right, baby.
But Zicky, thank you so much for all the time. Really appreciate it.
Stay outlandish.